Welcome everybody, Flashcam here. Today's video will be on The Flash Season 6 and the main villain for the season. After learning that the main villain will not be the Red Death, there has been many speculations about who the main villain could be. We already learned that it's not going to be a non-speedster villain, it's going to be a speedster villain because of all the complaints about non-speedster villains. Everybody wants a main speedster villain like Zoom or Reverse Flash or Savitar back again. So there's been many speculations who it could be. The showrunner said that the name has not been dropped, or been mentioned in any way, and it's going to be Barry Allen's most personal opponent since the Reverse Flash. I've been talking to another YouTuber who's a personal friend of mine called Reverse Flash Time. I'll link him in the description. He says him and I were talking about it, and we think that it could be Daniel West, Reverse Flash. Daniel West is the latest person to take up the mantle of the Reverse Flash, and he was introduced in the Flashpoint universe, and he was the younger brother of Iris West, who was like unknown to being her brother, but shortly after an encounter with the Rogues, Daniel was involved in an accident with the Speed Force and is granted powers. Wishing to repair his strained relationship with Iris, Daniel decides to kill the people affected by the Speed Force and take their speed and travel back in time in order to kill his abusive father. However, his plans were foiled by the Flash, Barry Allen, and he lost his abilities. He regained his powers. He was forced into the Suicide Squad. Right. This teases that it could be the Daniel West Reverse Flash, because he seems like a very personal character with Barry Allen, with it all linking in with Iris. So it is very, very possible that it could be him. He sounds like a very interesting character, and I'd like to see how he is introduced, because if he's the unknown brother of Iris West, he would be an unknown son, like Wally West was to Joe, which would be good to see. His mother died whilst giving birth to him, which could have been another woman that Joe has kept secret. So it's not got the same mum as Iris, but it's the same, like, dad. He wants to kill the Flash, and he was joined into the Suicide Squad, but we have seen a Suicide Squad appear in the Arrow, but I doubt we will get to see it in the Flash. But he seems like a very personal character, as I said, because he links in with Iris West, which could be and he has something to do with Eobard Thawne, the Reverse Flash, later on in his life, because he calls himself the Reverse Flash and begins to kill those with the Speed Force abilities to drain their speed, so that he could become fast enough to go back in time and kill his father. Eventually, the only two remaining with Speed Force energy are Barry and Iris. Barry is unable to sense Daniel through the Speed Force due to his containment suit. Daniel lures the Flash into Dr. Elias' lab, where he used his power to go back in time. Daniel's plan to kill his father backfired when he sees his younger self and Iris come home. Daniel attempts to kill his father while the Flash defends a young Daniel and Iris, and the Flash convinces Daniel not to kill his father, so he gives up the Speed Force to the Flash in order to fix his mistake. The two return to the present and is sent back to Iron Heights. They would probably go down a different storyline with the CW version of it, and seeing a other mystery person who has something to do with Iris and how Barry would cope with that when he's going around stealing speed. He just seems like a very plausible character to be the main villain, just like because he's very personal to Barry and his life. He just seems like the best option for a main villain for The Flash Season 6. Some people have said it could be Cobalt Blue. I have explained that it's not going to be him because it has to have like a bigger speedster this season, so that's not going to happen. So maybe in Season 7 if enough people ask. His place of origin is in Keystone City. That is where Wally West went to live, so he could have an encounter with Wally West in the TV show version, which would be good to see. He was just had his fat plans stopped by Barry Allen, the Flash, so they could do the first place that he gets caught by Barry, but then he gets his speed back in the show and becomes his villain for the rest of the season. As I said, we're not going to see the main villain, I don't think, until after episode 9, due to all the Crisis stuff, so unless we do see him in Crisis where all speedsters are going to be appearing, which would be good to see the main villain appear then. So it will be either episode 8, episode 9. I'm not sure when the crossover is this year. It's either episode 8 or episode 9, because they changed it around last year for the Flash to have its 100th episode. I don't think there's many other possible choices for the villain. There could be some, it is possible it could be Johnny Quick, just for evil speedsters really. There's not going to be Zoom because Zoom's been, but he might be returning, as I've said in a previous video. Some people say Godspeed, but he's already been mentioned, so it can't be him. It's not the Red Death because it's been said that it's not been a name drop, and they don't own the rights to Batman, so it's not going to be him. I do think it could be Daniel West Reverse Flash, which would be amazing. But yeah, I'm not sure who it's going to be at the moment. We haven't had any confirmation. There's the Speed Demon, and yeah. Apparently, people are saying, oh, it could be Cobalt Blue because he can move fast, but they said it's going to be a proper speedster with a connection to the Speed Force, not being able to steal speed, so yeah.